Hi, I have Springdale's Pearly White Ale here, a Belgian white or wit beer, and this one hasn't been really brewed super consistently, but I think now it might be a year-round beer from Springdale. 4.8% alcohol, just a traditional Belgian wit beer with coriander and orange peel, I assume. And when I picked this up, I didn't realize that it is kind of old. It's almost 5 months canned ago. But I think it was in the fridge for the whole time at the place where I bought it. So, should be in okay shape. It's not a hoppy beer, but it does have coriander and orange peel that might, kind of lose their brightness after a while. But this summer I've been getting really into the smaller batch wit beers and kind of drier, spicier wit beers, because Allagash White is great, but it is mild and a little sweet. And of course Blue Moon is super sweet, and I don't even know if they use a Belgian yeast in that one. And quite the carbonation on this. The head's not super thick, but I think this one is a little bit tart, and I tend to like these ones if they're dry and tart and kind of juicy almost, but not really sweet and too, sweetened wheat cereal tasting. I can hear the bubbles popping. Whoa, that sounds like Coca-Cola. I don't know if you can hear it on the camera if I do that. It has that classic wit beer aroma. And it's not just like orange dishwater like Blue Moon. It's very bright and citrusy and has that coriander spice to it that's a little bit like fruity black pepper. It smells just really refreshing, a little bit of a minerality in there. Yeah, they put a little oyster on there. I think they think that this pairs well with oysters, which is, a lot of people think that stouts pair well with oysters traditionally, which makes sense, but this seems like it also would go very well. Oh, they say yes, coastal clam shacks. Oh, let's just drink. It almost has a tartness to it, a little bit of orange juice sweetness happening, very, very low bitterness, but it's that lower pH helps to really handle the sweet wheat, because you still have that kind of slick wheat finish. It is so gulpable. A spicy bite kind of builds up, but it's just necessary to deal with the lack of bitterness. I feel like this is almost 10 IBU beer or something. I wonder if you could brew one of these styles with just like a teeny bit of hop extract and not even any actual hops. That's what a lot of breweries I think are doing with their pastry stouts these days. Yeah, that's really nice. If they could just find a way to maybe naturally carbonate it, or just get the head a little bit thicker and more head retention. That's what Allagash has mastered, but they've been making their beer for 25 years. But it's just amazing that it's now in 12-pack cans at a reasonable price, and they're all naturally carbonated perfectly in the can. Springdale obviously has not been around that long. They've been making this for a couple years, but I really like the flavors and everything. And it's what I want from a wheat beer. It definitely, even at 5 months old, is still really bright and gives you just that nice pop. But I wonder if they actually use orange juice in this. It almost seems like it has some actual fruit acidity happening. It could just be a lower pH and using a lot of wheat. Wheat tends to make a beer seem a little bit tart. And right when you swallow it, it's like, woo, very zippy acidity, and then fades very quickly. But it's that zip that really makes this beer work. A lot of this style, the beers of this style, they're just so boring and flat, not necessarily carbonated, but there's just nothing to it. You really can just drink it and not think about it. But this one has just enough complexity for me to give it like probably 4.25. Yeah, I'll also try to get some fresher cans, see if it's any better, but it probably stays about the same. That's it. Bye.